Curse yourself.
All right, let's get that little card thing out here. It looks like our rare is Renegade Crisis, which is good. We also have Scab Clan Giant. It looks like we're passing just an enormous amount of green signal out of this pack, but unfortunately, there's like nothing else beyond the really good green
Yeah,
cards.
I mean, you don't really want to take Gatekeepers early, I don't
So the
think.
picks are really Renegade Crisis, Scab Clan Giant, Beetleform Mage. What are you feeling the most?
Crisis.
Because it's monocolor?
Yeah.
Even though we're passing a whole bunch of other green. I can get behind that.
I don't like Crisis that much at all, actually, but I feel like out of this pack, it's probably our best bet. Unless you want to go Runner's Bane. But Runner's Bane gets trumped by everything in this set, or in this pack.
Yeah.
So we might as well not be in blue.
For me, it's really, I guess, Beetleform or Renegade. Scab Clan Giant being third. Renegade's less color intensive, so I guess I'm okay with it. Beetleform's definitely, I think, better, but let's not commit too much too early. Okay, we can do, or too many colors too early.
Moss
Warp
Dog.
Physique, but I like the Moss Dog here.
Let's just cut green.
We can try to.
Yeah, I mean,
And Warp Physique and Moss Dog to me are pretty similar in power level. They're
yeah.
not too. I mean, they obviously have different roles,
Moss
but
Dog pumps the Renegade
Moss
Crisis,
Dog's very
and
good.
it scavenges.
Yep, Profit Loss also in this pack. Render Silent, the rare remaining. Not too much else beyond that. Tons of clue stones. It looks like 4. It's just ridiculous. Moss Dog, though. Moss Dog we will take. Okay. Next we have
Like Armored Wolf Rider.
We have Armored Wolf Rider. We have Windrake. We have Toil and Trouble, Boros Guildgate, Weapon Surge, Fatal Fumes. Plenty of playables. Wolf Rider moves us into Selesnya. Fatal Fumes moves us into Golgari. Weapon Surge, Gruul. Windrake, Simic. You feeling the Wolf Rider the most?
I think so. It allows us to pick up more Simic like evolve creatures, the good ones. And
Armored Wolf Rider is good at evolving, but I mean, if we're gonna do that, then why not just take the Windrake to like stay on color with it and get a good creature to scavenge on and stuff like that?
I suppose, but Armored Wolf Rider lets us go into the late sets too, or like we're turned around.
Set us up for Selesnya. I mean, I'm not opposed to it. I think I want the Windrake only because we have a couple good Simic cards already. This isn't necessarily Simic, but the fact that it scavenges really helps with like it works well with the Windrake.
Yeah, I mean we'd only like past like the Beetleform Mage, I suppose, is a blue card.
Yeah,
but
or a straight Simic card.
Yeah.
The next pack has Flux Charger and Maze Glider and Ubulsar, Nivix Cyclops, Rot Farm Skeleton. All are good. I'm okay with Maze Glider here. I've learned to actually kind of fall in love with this card. It's I've been comparing it to like Asperia Skywatch. If you think about what you're getting out of Asperia Skywatch, it's not that much different than Maze Glider. You are detaining a creature, but I think the point of the detain is then you don't have to block with your Skywatch. Whereas Maze Glider, you can feel pretty comfortable blocking with most of the time.
Or like a detain at that point makes them not want to attack with their other guys that they might have attacked with if they had their big creature to attack with too.
Next pack we get a gift in Crisis Incubation, which is an excellent Simic card. Pretty good side for Simic too, I would think. But this pack also contains Fatal Fumes, Ubulsar Gatekeepers. It does look like black might be a thing we could take a look at pack 2. I guess have to see how the rest of this pack goes, but pretty happily snatch up Crisis Incubation here. Okay, the next pack we have Toil and Trouble, Boros Guildgate, Murmuring Phantasms, Ceruli Gatekeepers, Deputy of Acquittals. I'm okay with taking the Gatekeepers. I'm not like thrilled about it, but
I think they're really strong if you can get the rates, but
we might be able to because we already have a good late game strategy in both the Scavenge card we have and the Evolve strategy we have.
It's just too bad we haven't seen any Battering Crisis, actually.
Okay, next we have Runner's Bane, which looks like the only on-colored thing here.
Maze Abomination.
Quite a few red cards in here. Could take the Maze Abomination, which is my favorite Abomination, but I think I'm okay with Runner's Bane. We'll try it out. Not thrilled about it, but could work out. Okay, another Maze Abomination is also some decent red tricks, red cards in general. think we're gonna let people go into red. I guess we can go for a bug deck.
We can at least prepare ourselves to do it if we need to.
Yep, next pack's gonna be important then, as we're gonna be looking at both Dimir and Simic.
Mm-hmm.
Next pack has Simic Cluestone. It also has Opal Lake Gatekeeper.
I want the clue stone.
Alright, I guess we can take the Cluestone. Actually, there's also Protect and Serve, but if you can't play Protect, then Serve's not worth. See, my thing about Protect and Serve is, if you're in white, I think Protect and Serve is actually pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
Protect has proven itself, even though it's more expensive than Knightly Valor from Corset. Protect is just fine. But if you're not in white, then I don't like just playing Serve. So let's take some Cluestone. I can get behind that. Okay, we have Hidden Strings. We have Render Silent, Mutant's Prey. I mean, let's take the Prey just in case.
Okay.
There's not. It's very. I've yet to be able to play Mutant's Prey, but we do have a Scavenge card. We've got one Evolve already. We could get some more. It actually works with Crisis Incubation.
Mm-hmm.
So let's take it.
Vital Surge.
Once again, not a great chance we're playing it, but we'll leave the option up there. It looks like red is open, but we'll take the Phyto Burst to cut green, which we're actively trying to do. I'd rather cut green than blue, so let's continue just taking that. Even though the Hidden Strings might be better, I don't think we're going to end up playing either of those. Mind Static versus Phantasm. I kind of want the Phantasm because it evolves as well as can be good.
Yeah.
If we're short on playables, it can be okay, and it's good against the hyper aggro decks in this format, which do exist. So far, not a single multicolored creature for our Maze Glider, but 3/5 flyer is just fine. Guess it doesn't matter. So far, not the strongest looking pool, but we look okay. Really, Pack 2 here is going to be an important one for deciding if we're going to be going deeper, if we're going to approach Bug, or if we're going to leave it more Simic, if we're going to be able to go more Simic. My new thing has been, like, someone mentioned it too, where I've been sort of like cowering away from 3 colors. It's mostly like if you don't have the fixing, I really don't like going 3 color, and currently our only fixing is 1 Cluestone.
On our 2 colors.
Yeah, which I'm not really thrilled about. If it was like a Dimir Cluestone, it might be a little bit better for us to do that route. Alright, well, we open Mystic Genesis, which is certainly interesting. I actually think this card is much more playable in full block than it was in... But we're much more likely to table it too, I would think, don't you?
Mm-hmm.
So the best cards in this pack are Bane Alley Broker, Sage's Road Denizen, for us specifically, Basilica Screecher. I'm okay with the Denizen. It evolves. I have a fair amount of blue creatures already. Could get some more.
Creature.
Gridlock is actually good in decks like this, but we already have a fair amount of evasion just based on pack 1. So I'm okay with Sage's Road Denizen here.
Okay.
You okay with that?
Yeah.
Not the most exciting first pick, but certainly doable.
Let's just pick up Evolve.
Oh, Grizzly Spectacle, that's pretty insane. There's also Denrova Horror, Incursion Specialist, White of Precinct 6. A lot of good black cards passed from this pack. Absolutely. Snapjaw feels fine here as it is an Evolve card. It's not the most exciting pick, though. It is on color.
We have 2 Mutant Sprays. I feel like we could...
I'm okay with taking the Snapjaw here. I like the Snapjaw more than Specialist, I think. Snapjaw, he's been a heavy hitter for us before, so I could see him doing it again. Plus, if we pick up, like, Crown Ceratok out of this pack, if we pick up... then there's something that gives... Yep, either of those are excellent with the Snapjaw. So it looks like we're probably just going to be passing black in general. But once again, I mean, I could take Grizzly Spectacle here.
And go to double black?
And hope that we just see more black and maybe go more Dimir or Golgari. And we're hope to find more fixing later. Like if we go Bug, we can take Axebanes.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Well, yeah.
Couldn't really decide. I don't know. All right, this pack's got actually a lot of good stuff for us. We've got the Frilled Oculus, Scavclan Charger. There's also Skyjack, Assault Griffin, Skinbrand, Pit Fight, Gruul Guildgate, and Zamek Guildmage. I think, like you said, we want the Guildmage. But hopefully we table either the Oculus, Charger, or Pit Fight. Pit Fight I don't think is going to happen. Possibly the Oculus could happen, but Charger I think could actually happen too. either of those tabling would be excellent for us, but we'll pretty happily snatch up the Simic Guildmage. Okay, so
Shamble Shark.
this pack we have. Okay, I was looking at the Phantom right away, but you're right. I think the Shamble Shark is what we want. There's also we've got Legion Loyalist, Debtor's Pulpit, Shamble Shark, Bomber Core, Leyland Phantom, Scorchwalker. Good mixes of colors, but let's snatch up Shamble Shark. Awesome 2-drop. Now we've got Greenside Watcher, Adaptive Snapjaw, Nimbus Swimmer.
I like Swimmer with our double mutant spray.
Yep. We can do the Nimbus Swimmer.
I mean,
we might not
really
even
cool, but
we might not even play the Mutant Spray. And there is another Snapjaw, but for diversity's sake, we can take the Nimbus Swimmer. There's also Greenside Watcher, but with 0 gates. It's just a bear, which is okay, but unnecessary. It doesn't evolve Shamble Shark either. Okay, now we have Simic Charm, which I think we're going to take. There's also Frilled Oculus, Scab Clan Charger, Burst of Strength, Aetherize, like Jake said, pretty much just a Simic pack in general, but Simic Charm is phenomenal, and you don't get too many opportunities to pull it. Wow, awesome here. So Drakewing Krasis definitely going to be the pick. There's also Scab Clan Charger or possibly Wildwood Rebirth, which is playable but not super exciting. So take our Drakewing pretty happily, and we're definitely down the path of a good-looking Simic deck. Here we can take Riot Gear, Verdant Haven, Psychic Strike. I think we'll take the Verdant Haven just in case there's some splash we want to do. Like Maze Abomination, not worth it in my opinion as a splash, but if we see anything out of pack 3, like a Pack Rat or something, then we can go down that route. Gridlock did table, which I'm happy about. There's also Forced Adaptation and Skullcrack and Massive Raid in here, so it does look like Red's been open pretty much the whole draft. But Gridlock...
Red is one of those colors, you know. It's either like
massively overdrafted or massively open.
It just drives me crazy how much that is.
Kind of covering our in-game spells right now.
That means that somebody else took the Mystic Genesis.
Yeah, that's strange.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have expected that. Just a rare drafter. Maybe it was a weaker pack than I realized.
Yeah, I don't know.
I was really expecting to table that. All right, so we'll take Specialist here pretty happily since it evolves Shamble Shark. And actually, and Renegade Krasis too.
I'd rather play it over Murmuring Phantasm, probably.
Yeah, I can get behind that. Scab Clan Charger did table, as we'd hoped it would. That kind of worries me because it tells me someone else took a Frilled Oculus over it.
But it's got to be the person taking the Mystic Genesis.
Yeah, so there is another Simic player, which is a little bit worrisome. But we did still end up with some pretty...
We got a lot of good Simic cards still.
I would have liked maybe 1 or 2 more, but getting the Charm, the Guildmage, the Shark, the Krasis, and Incubation out of the first pack, so, and the Swimmer. So we did end up with some good ones. You're right. Let's take the Rebirth here. It's actually a playable card. Wow.
And the Snapjaw made it back.
Third to last Snapjaw, I'm really happy about since this deck once more Evolvers. So Bioshift, I guess, probably not playing it. Out of this last pack, really want to focus on the green Scavenge cards. That makes the Mutant Spray much more realistic.
And
so like Drudge Beetles and stuff like that.
Mangler. There's one now.
I wish we could make that work. Okay, so this pack, our rare is Martial Law, which is excellent, but not quite on color. There's also Dreg Mangler. The on color good spell is pretty much just Giant Growth and Inaction Injunction. I think I'd rather have the Giant Growth. It's a better trick. Good, insanely good with Drakewing, but it just makes it's just an excellent cheap combat trick, so I'm okay with taking the Giant Growth here. Or do you feel okay with that? It's not a thrilling first pick.
Well,
but
I would almost rather take the Dreg Mangler and just see if we can hedge that, because we already have Maze Abomination and Glider. So like,
but we're not going to table the Giant Growth either, you know. And I think
definitely not.
And like
much out of this pack anyway, you know.
Yeah.
Like an Action Injunction is really the only other thing we want.
And we might actually table that. There's a chance.
So I'm fine with Giant Growth if that.
I mean, I do see what you're saying because Dreg Mangler is so much better, but once again, our fixing is reserved to a Verdant Haven and a Simic Cluestone. That might be enough.
But we could also pick up a Guildgate here. I mean, what? We have 26 cards that are...
And end up getting a Promenade, maybe. Do we want to go... I kind of don't want to go 3-color. I mean, I guess we could.
Second Dreg Mangler? Or
also a Stab Wound. There's also a Frostburn Weird, actually, and if we go 2-color, this card's super playable. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I'd rather have the Weirds than the Stealer.
Okay.
especially since it evolves everything in the world too. But there's another Dregmangler, like you said. Like we could take the Golgari Guildgate. We could have. If we took the Dregmangler, would we just take another Dregmangler and then hope to get the Guildgate, or we'd take the Stab Wound and it's like, or we could just take a card that's
Okay.
fits into our two color scheme. I think that's sort of like what my mentality
Yeah.
has
I
been
mean,
recently in drafts
yeah.
because you do usually end up with enough playables in two colors to make it work, and then your mana base is just like set. There's also Grove of the Guardian in this pack, which is surprising. We didn't even mention that because it's not on color, but it's actually a good spell. But I'm happy to take Frostburn Weird. It blocks the world too. It's just a really good spell. Okay, now we've got a second Stab Wound, Selesnya Charm, which is excellent. Stealer of Secrets, which I think we're going to end up taking. We could splash for Selesnya Charm with Verdenhaven, but I don't think we're going to do it. Let's hide some spells. I don't think we're doing this. Probably not doing this. Probably not doing the Phantasm. This is 25. Probably not doing the Maze Abomination if we're staying two color.
So Verdant Haven can come out.
Yep. Or maybe even Cluestone too eventually. I guess we can take the Stealer here. He's fine. Much better when you have like actual interactions that work well with him. Like I guess Vital Burst is okay with him, but not thrilling.
Giant Growth is fine.
Okay.
Dispel.
This pack has Dispel. It has the Golgari Guildgate now. Guess that actually makes our Black Splash a little more realistic if we were to table, because it looks like Black was just going late.
Yeah. But we could take it and just hedge for it.
Yeah, let's just take the Golgari Guildgate. Because with the Verdenhaven and a Golgari Guildgate, I'd feel much more comfortable. Alright, so Fairy Imposter, which currently works with...
Specialist, probably the best.
Yeah. Because you can just bounce itself.
No.
No, it has to be in another. Okay. Nothing too amazing that it works well with. You could just take the Long Legs, which evolves everything as an efficient beater. I don't mind doing that. Are you okay with that?
Like that?
Aerial Predation is an excellent sideboard card. Probably main deckable. There's a lot of flyers played.
And we're not playing them.
I kind of like the big threat of Long Legs. It also gets much better with Maze Glider. How do you feel about that? Decent?
Fine, yeah.
Okay. I guess we're going to take the Fat Creature over the Predation and the Imposter. Imposter is playable in here. I'm just not thrilled about it. Okay, next pack we have not much on color, it appears.
Museum Skin.
Could also take the Azorius Guildgate if we happen to wheel something relevant in white. Having either of these makes me think we could splash something bomb in either black or white with the help of one gate and Verdant Haven. So we'll just leave ourselves open possibly to doing it. Cancel is fine. There's also Sluiceway Scorpion.
It's Risen Sanctuary if you want to do a splash that's bomb.
Sluiceway's okay too with the Golgari and feeding the Mutant's Prey, which we might end up playing. I'm not sure. I guess we can take Cancel though, because double blue's not really that harsh for this deck. Alright, Predation here and Slitherhead. I almost want the Predation more, but I do see your logic for the Mutant's Prey. Let's do a quick count to see if Mutant's Prey is even playable. So, Zamek Guildmage potentially can put counters on. Shamble Sharks 2. Renegades 3. Krasis is 4. Mosshogs 5. Looks like only 5.
Double Snapjaw.
Oh, and then double Snapjaw, so 7. It's decent. Slitherhead would make it 8, which makes it more realistic. Do we want to try for that? Do you want to? I guess we could. Why not? Let's try and make Mutant's Prey work. We haven't yet. 8 cards I feel like is an appropriate amount.
We could just play one of them too.
Yeah, we can just get away with one. I agree. Here, nothing that really matters. Guess Grizzly Salvage maybe. Next pack we've got nothing really on color. Terrace Worm, Rakdos Charm, Rally, Dynacharge. Let's take Terrace Worm, I guess. Something bomby and expensive. Makes sense on a splash. Armory Guard's probably the best card remaining in this next pack. Urban Burgeoning, Chemist's Trick, Tablet of the Guilds also here. Psychic Spiral, Jailbreaker, Rootborn Defenses.
Let's take the Spiral.
Yeah, just in case we play against the nut Dimir mill deck. It'd be nice to have a Psychic Spiral. Bella's Lizard, destroy the evidence. I guess it doesn't matter. And Backlash, pretty good against us. So the good news is we ended up with. I'm pretty satisfied with all the playables we got in just straight Simic. And I don't think we're going to be messing with any sort of splash. I don't think we really need to mess with ramp. I don't even think we need the clue stone really. Got a few 5-drops and a 6-drop. That shouldn't be an issue, right? I don't think we're doing the mutant spray plan as much. We might try. I think we're going to try one just to kind of experiment with it, see if we like it. Because like I said, we've yet to play it, so it's worth seeing. I think
did you count Nimbus Swimmer?
I think Gatekeeper's out too. No, I didn't actually. So 9. We currently have 9. That's pretty good. We could try for both of them. I just really don't want it to be.
I don't want it to be a dead card ever. So.
Yeah. Let's just go. Let's play it safe for now. If we need more playables, I'll consider it. But yeah, like I said, satisfied with what we do have so far in this deck. We actually got some blue removal. Good amount of evolve. Good amount of evasion. This is 24. Okay. So let's separate out stuff. 17 creatures is a good amount. What do you think? Do you want to try maybe sideboard and cancel, or do you maybe what creature looks the least appealing to you? I think all of our creatures look pretty satisfactory.
Yeah.
I guess Stealer looks a little iffy, but it is a 3-drop.
We don't have any others, and it works fine with Simic Charm too.
It works. Yeah, it works right. Fine.
So,
I agree. Runner's Bane.
I feel like
Giant Growth.
We could probably cut the cancel.
Okay, so I think we're gonna sideboard cancel for like the Planeswalkers or the Tezas, stuff like that. This is a good looking 23, 17 creatures, really good value ones. How many Evolve guys did we get total? We got Shamble Shark, Krasis, Double Snapjaw. These Snapjaws are actually really cool with the Krasis. I think we've actually used his ability for full effect before.
It works. Krasis works really well with Slitherhead too.
Yeah, or Mossdog.
Or Zamek Guildmage.
It would have worked yeah, that's a good point too. It would have worked really well if we got some more Scavenge, but we didn't see any Drudge Beetles.
Actually, with Zamek Mage, it's very good because you can evolve off.
Yeah, evolve your Krasis.
Put more on that creature that just came out.
Yeah, so Zamek Guildmage should be a really good creature in this deck. And like I said, Mutant's Prey, it'll be exciting to kind of try that card out. Maybe if we play our deck for a little while and we see that we're having good results with it, we can maybe add the second one. But I'm pretty comfortable just playing one for now. So this is like our pit fight. Not as good, but we'll see how pseudo pit fight it really is.
It is instant speed.
Yeah. So it looks like we're straight even. We do need double blue on turn 2.
Double green on turn 4 or
5. So I guess we'll err on the side of blue. Because it's pretty much even otherwise, but oh no, I guess we need it for this too. Okay.
So we should be.
I guess we should err on the side of well, we're gonna have 17, so we'll do the green for the. I think probably the Krasis maybe a little more important than necessarily getting Frostburn Weird on turn 2. No thanks. No thanks. Kind of funny. Okay, so it looks like we're gonna do a 9/8 split green to blue. Like I said, good looking deck. Certainly enough. Ways to win, when you say big fat creatures. Gridlock is going to be real
devastating.
With the Snapjaws, I would think, and the long legs. So fat creatures, good cards, good removal for a blue-green. Blue-green is typically the colors that get the least amount. They're mostly combat trick oriented. In this case, we actually have like bounce effects and arrest effects, tap down effects. So, another card that was kind of like really bad in full block that I've been having good success with is Paralyzing Grasp. Or that was really bad in Triple Return to Ravnica, and it's turned out to be actually pretty good now, is Paralyzing Grasp. I've been playing it and having a fair amount of success.
I think it's funny how some of those cards get like that after full block,
Yeah, a lot of them have. We'll have to talk about more about that on the next podcast, but that's going to wrap it up for today. Hopefully we'll have another guest next week. I've been a little bit lazy looking for a guest for some reason. I had a couple last minute people that sort of had to bail out because we're recording this on Father's Day. But Hope you enjoyed it. Contact me at mortarpod@seemsgoodmagic.com if you want to comment. I'm doing as many blogs as I can. We just recently did beta, or I did a beta draft, and I'm still learning, still a learning process with that. But I would recommend everybody getting kind of comfortable with it because that's going to be the eventual transition we have to do. We have to get ready for it. You can follow us on Twitter at SeemsGoodMagic. Watch us live stream Tuesdays, Thursdays, 7 p.m. Central Time. Jake and I have been pretty damn consistent with it and been hearing a lot of people coming out, positive feedback. We really appreciate it. So if you want to watch the drafting portion, or if you want to watch the matches for the drafting portion of this draft, they'll be at SeemsGoodMagic.com. So thanks. Have a good one. See you
See you
guys later.
later.